The Arctic is strategically vital to U.S. national security. Our forces can reach about any theater in the Northern Hemisphere by way of the Arctic. Yet, melting Arctic ice caps are opening new shipping lanes and attracting increased interest and activity from both the People's Republic of China and Russia. While not an Arctic state, the PRC seeks greater influence in the region, greater access to the region, and a greater say in its governance. That's concerning, given that it's the only strategic competitor with the will and increasingly the wherewithal to remake the international order. That's why you hear us refer to the PRC as our pacing challenge. At the same time, Russia continues to pose an acute threat to security and stability in the region. More troubling, we've seen growing cooperation between the PRC and Russia in the Arctic. Commercially, with the PRC being a major funder of Russian energy exploitation in the Arctic, and increasingly militarily, with Russia and China conducting joint exercises off the coast of Alaska. All of these challenges have been amplified because the effects of climate change are rapidly warming temperatures and thinning ice coverage, and it's enabling all of this activity. So we must have a strategy that ensures our military readiness in the face of these changes, ensuring our ability to quickly respond to threats in the region and to the overall demands they place on our force. Finland and Sweden's historic decision to join NATO has made all 7 like-minded Arctic nations allies. We will continue to train and exercise alongside each other, strengthening deterrence, deepening cooperation, and ensuring our shared security in the Arctic.
For China, we see them having a strategic interest in the Arctic. We see that being something that they've said over the last decade. They, in their strategic documents, continue to have the Arctic as an area where they want to explore, where we see them as trying to internationalize the Arctic region, to kind of turn it into a bit of a global commons so that they can have access and governance there. The Arctic is primarily governed by the jurisdiction of sovereign states, but I think China has interest in trying to influence it meaningfully. They have 3 icebreakers. We know that they are often operating under the guise of scientific research, but that much of that research is going towards military use. We see them operating more regularly in the last several years from a military perspective. Even just a couple of weeks ago, there were several Chinese warships off of the coast of Alaska. For us, we've seen them operating closely with the Russians on occasion, with combined exercises off the coast of Alaska. We're keeping a watchful eye on on how they're developing their capacity for operating in the region.